Welcome to Talak-E-Talks, where we talk about anything and everything na bet tayong pag-usapan. My name is Tilapia Words Back.
And I am Shampi Sapsap. Hello. Before we proceed, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Keep to YouTube. We are also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And for this Talakan episode, dahil bagong-bago, fresh na fresh joke. Pauli na naman kami. Dahil ang aking kumaring si Shamsi, ngayon lang niya natapos at ngayon lang niya na-enjoy. Ang pag-uusapan namin topic today ay ang Schitt's Creek.
Yes, just ko finally.
Natapos
napanood ko siya, 'di ba? Parang 2 years, 'di ba? Simula nung natapos sila ba? Tama
correct.
ba?
Yeah.
Right.
So, kung sa mga di nakakaalam, ang Schitt's Creek ay isang Canadian TV show na naging popular around 3 years ago, more likely 2020. Yeah, ano na ngayon, 2022 na tama.
Correct.
Because they've been off the air na for 2 years. So, kaya mo rin lang napanood ngayon kasi ngayon lang siya lahat na-upload sa...
Correct. Yung all 6 seasons, last December lang sila upload or available for streaming sa Netflix.
PH, diba? Sa Philippines. Kasi sa amin, medyo matagal na. So, I'm based in Canada. So, medyo na-experience ko yung from the very beginning kasi it's a local production before and it was just from CBC, a local channel. Hindi naman local channel, pero kasi ang CBC is a government channel here. Kumbaga,
parang PTV4.
Exactly. Kumbaga sa Pilipinas, para siyang PTV4 na mas matino naman ang content at mas may quality. Pero pareho ng levels.
Okay.
Tapos, na-pick up lang siya sa US is around season 3, kung hindi ako nagkakamali.
Correct.
And it got bigger nung syndicate na siya or na available na siya sa platform like Netflix. So, it's been around now. So, and it's off the air now na rin because they only had 6 seasons.
Correct.
So yun. So, what's Schitt's Creek? So, basically,
it's a family, right, na sobrang yaman. Well, they're called the Roses, right?
The Roses.
Rose yung apelido nila, right? So parang mayroon silang basta super yaman, right? Riches. Tapos, this is set up sa first episode pa lang, right? Niloko sila nung kaibigan ng dad. Kaya,
business manager na naloko sila. So, naghirap sila.
Basically. So, naghirap sila. And they're only, correct. Diba? Wala nang kinuha lahat. So the only thing that they're left, the only property that they have left is yun nga, yung this small town in
nabinili ng tatay niya as a joke sa anak niya, which is David Rose. Parang gano'n, parang as a gag. Fine.
Correct.
Parang bibiling ko na itong town na to, ganyan. Gano'n sila kayaman, kaya nila bumili ng town, di ba? Na hindi niya alam nung anak ng David Rose na tinotoo pala ng dad na binili nila.
Correct.
So for some reason, dun umikot yung mundo ng buong series na now they have to uproot themselves kasi wala na sila and the only thing they have is this town, Schitt's Creek. So, ayun. So it's a comedy basically.
Yes.
Diba? Parang satire in some ways. It's a reflection of kasi kung if you it's parang parang reflection ng mga reality TVs din. Yun yung mga Kardashians,
right? Correct. Yung lumabas kasi ito kasabayan ng mga yung shows like yung of course yung Keeping Up with the Kardashians and yung nag-boom yung Housewives series ng
exactly.
ng Bravo.
Right? Real Housewives of somewhere saan man. And I guess that the strength of the show really is yung casting because let's face it, I mean,
actually,
kung hindi ka aware or if you are not aware of how much of a legend yung Eugene Levy at Catherine O'Hara, I think siguro yung first recollection ko ng Catherine O'Hara is like I sent you a clip yung siya yung nanay ni Kevin McAllister sa Home Alone, di ba? I think that's tapos for the dad, si Eugene Levy, parang we all know him as the dad sa American Pie. So, I mean, that alone, these are comedy legends. Kung di kayo aware sa comedy sa Hollywood or whatever dito na. Tapos, just their chemistry alone, tapos yung, well, obviously, yung anak niya na co-creator at creator, mas siya yung mas lead creator na si Dan Levy, who plays David. At saka yung anak na si Alexis. Every time I mention Alexis, parang gusto ko kantahin yung song niya. Yung Britney Spears. A little bit of Alexis.
Are you ready? Let's do it. I'm a Lamborghini. I'm a Hollywood star. I'm a little bit tipsy when I drive my car. I'm expensive sushi. I'm a cute yacht. I'm a little bit single, even when I'm not.
Why do we love this show so much? Ikaw, after watching 6 seasons straight, kasi alam ko binarang mo.
Nag-binge watching ako, di ba?
At ninamnam mo at inuunti-unti mo rin ayaw mo siyang matapos. Yun ang message sabi mo sa akin. Why do you love this show so much? Parang out of nowhere, kasi ikaw, parang you're crazy about it, right?
Yes, I guess I'm still riding on a Schitt's Creek high. Better late than never, diba? Siguro I would start by saying na initially hindi ako ganun ka hook dun sa series, right? I mean, we know that it's a rich to rag story, and we know that it's a comedy, right? But I started to find myself like really hooked or like really invested. Siguro yung mga latter seasons na.
Season 3. Actually,
yes, season 3.
Most of the people din naman, parang kaya din feeling ko natagalan yung popularity niya kasi it started 2015 to 2020 pero it didn't pick up until the last few years niya. And I think kaya din siya natagalan ma-pick up ng platforms or ng US kasi nga it didn't really pick up din yung kwento-wise or yung fan base until season 3. And
parang cult, alam mo yun, parang cult favorite lang siya, I guess, pero...
And you can even notice it sa acting ni Moira nung mother. Kasi sa first season and season 2, hindi pa very distinct yung Moira.
Yung Moira-isms niya, no?
Oo, tsaka yung accent niya medyo hinahanap pa talaga. Even though it's not a specific accent altogether. Parang gawa-gawa lang niya, diba? Pero hindi mo siya mapapansin until to the latter seasons na mas bongga na talaga. Yung parang mas grounded na yung pagka-Moira niya. May following na talaga, diba?
Correct. Fully realized na yung character. Yeah. So, I know that this sounds so unrealistic, pero I actually found yung experience nila very relatable to what I experienced. Spoiler alert, 'di ba? Basta ang ending ng buong season na to is these people found their true selves, right? So iniwan nila yung buhay, alam mo yun, yung buhay mayaman, naghirap sila, pero during that experience, they really found themselves, right? They really grew into the person that they were meant to be, kumbaga. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. Kasi I specifically recall syempre alam mo yun, napa-flashback ako. When I realized this while watching the show, nung bata, alam mo yun, yung bata tayo, I mean, I studied in Manila, tapos I had this grand ambition na I'd get a very fancy job somewhere in Makati, I mean, living in a fancy condo, earning a lot, basta alam mo yun, living like that lavish life, which of course, hindi ko naman talaga siya na-achieve. Pero it has been a very big, for a longest time, nung bata ako, parang it has been like a big frustration na I could never really achieve that. And anyway, para sa audience, sa listeners natin, right? I did where I ended up back in my province. Umuwi ako sa province, and I actually was able to kind of like create a good life for myself here. Alam mo yun, and I learned to appreciate kung ano man, alam mo yun, kung ano meron dito, and just really work with what I have, with alam mo yun, with what's in front of me. And pretty much, ganun yung nangyari dun sa show and I find that, alam mo yun, it resonated towards me na we don't know kung ano yung mangyayari, alam mo yun, what the future holds, what destiny has for us, pero if we just really be aware kung where you are and figure out kung ano yung what you have around you, then life will be so much, alam mo yun, easier and better eventually.
Nakakaloka din pala yung...
Ang lalim, di ba? Ang lalim ng hugot ko, di ba? Hindi lang siya comedy para sa akin.
Sabihin ko lang, ako I love the show kasi nga parang sobrang fish out of water. Enjoy ako sa mga ganung kwento. Yung mga ilalagay mo yung characters mo sa mga unpredictable moments. Mga ganun lang ang hugot ko. Ikaw talaga, may pinag-higutan ka talaga.
I mean, yes, and I really saw all of that. Kaya I do totally agree with yung sa point mo na it's really more about na character driven ang show na to. Kasi obviously yung I mean it's basically a sitcom, 'di ba? Tapos every episode parang they get into these situations that they really need to parang get out of, 'di ba?
Overcome, yeah.
And usually naman parang typical run of the mill na yung mga situations sila. Pero because
at the heart of it talaga,
you know their characters already, you are so in love with these characters, so kahit saang situation mo sila i-throw, you're still entertained.
So kayo nga parang I just want to mention din I really kasi this show reminds me of the classic sitcoms that we had, like Home Along the Riles and Abangan Susunod ka Banata, or even Okay Ka Fairy Ko, na parang kahit anong gawin mo talaga, yung family as a center of it, because they are yung kasi yun yung foundation nila as a family parang
correct.
Before their life, yung lives nila before is parang because they are rich and whatever, they were never close. Parang they have their separate lives. Kumbaga,
they were selfish.
Si Alexis was a socialite, may sariling buhay nag-gallery si David, tapos yung dad was a video magnate, tapos yung nanay is a soap opera actress. Alam mo yun? So, but with this turn of events, parang they become as a unit, as a family. And yun yung parang, kaya going back dun sa sitcoms natin na parang bigla ko na-miss yung klase ng Kevin Cosme humor as a dad. Alam mo yung mga ganung levels parang
correct, yung doting father.
Doting father. Pas yung mga kulit na anak like David and Alexis dito. Kasi
si Smokey Malot.
Si Smokey Malot.
Siya si Bandolf.
Oo, ganung levels. Pero aminin natin na the biggest chunk of why we love this show is because David plays a gay character. And his gayness and the portrayal of the homosexuality here is very tawag dito, unapologetic. Yung parang alam mo yun, parang it's not a scene to be something na parang it's very natural lang.
Correct. Parang, it's a non-issue. It's not something that they talk about. It's just is.
Exactly.
Alam mo yun, and accepted.
Na parang, diba, yun yung one of the advantage why we fell in love in David too, even beyond his superficiality or parang yung mga nuances niya and being maarte in some ways. Kasi diba parang
aminin naman natin, may pagka-neurotic talaga si Bakla. Tapos
tawa talaga ako yung napunta siya sa Amish village, yung
tinatakot siya
yung naglaya siya, di ba?
Yung pinagtatabuyan na siya.
So I mean, like I said, and it's 6 seasons, we can't really pinpoint a favorite moment din. Kasi I would like to go to that. Pero ang dami kasi yung favorite moment. Pero dahil inungkat ko na si David, one of the highlights is the love story of David and
naman, nilang dalawa ni Patrick.
Kung di nakakala ko bakit ako gano'n magsalita kasi ginagaya ko na si Moira Rose. Si Patrick. So why do siguro it's the hopeless romantic in us na longing for someone like Patrick in our lives, di ba?
Aminin naman natin. And yun nga, while I was watching it, di ba, minamessage kita. Napapamura talaga ako. Di ba? Parang putang ina, di naman makototohanan yung mga scenes na to. Pero
parang alam mo yun, parang may smile sa puso mo. Parang
correct. Oo naman. Yes. May kirot sa puso. And you really find yourself like longing, asking na, shit, sana ako din.
Girl, kantahan ka ba naman? Alayan ka ng kanta. As in, yun yung pinnacle Patrick moment Yung kinantahan niya si David as a surprise, di ba? Even David that
the
didn't
best.
know, di ba? The best. Yung acoustic version ng The Best ni Tina. It's simply The Best.
Tapos siya yung nag-rearrange or diba? Si Noah Reid, yung actor na si
because
Patrick.
Musician din naman kasi siya talaga. Pero yung moment na yon, girl, maluhalo ako.
Talaga ako.
Oo. Tapos, ano pa ba yung mga moments? I mean, spoiler alert na, syempre yung wedding. Pero later na yun. Ano pa moment? Yung nagpabunot ng ngipin, tapos hi si Patrick.
Correct. Tapos gusto magkaanak
pala.
Yun yung ambition nila. Tsaka yung yun nga, this is the final season, syempre, yung when David chose to remain in Schitt's Creek. Yeah. Right? And I think it's a full circle moment kasi to begin with, diba, binili yun para sa kanya. Yeah. Right? And now in his own volition, he decided to stay. Share ko din lang. We're just gonna step away from David a bit. One of my favorite moments then, this is the first time that we actually saw them like really coming together as a family. I think di ko lang season finale ng 2, yung sumasayaw sila sa bar ni Matt. Tapos kinakanta yung Precious Love ni James Morrison.
I think so.
All 4 of them were singing. Basta yun yung episode na yung may dumating si Moira at si Johnny, they were in the restaurant. Tapos nakita nila yung yung 2 snobby friends sila. Tapos yung sumama si Jocelyn at si Roland sa dinner table.
Roland the mayor.
Correct. And then yun nga, tapos pinagtanggol nila yung Schitt's Creek, right?
Yes.
Para I think that was like the defining moment na they're here and they're like sticking to it.
Yeah.
Yun. So yun lang. That was like the really first touching moment para sa akin na that made me a fan. Yun.
And let's not forget, ang dami rin hot na lalaki dito. Si Matt,
si rundown tayo.
Other than Patrick, I mean, kasi si Patrick naman yung classic schoolboy type na mamahalin ka. Pero yung mga rugged looking.
Yung boy next door type na yung si Patrick, yes. And then, syempre, si Ted. Super hot.
Ang happy
Matt,
diba? Ang happy din nung arc nang nangyari sa love story ni Ted at saka ni Alexis in some ways. Kasi diba parang, minsan ng love, parang letting go.
Pero yun nga, correct, no?
Diba?
Yung parang it transcends. It's more than just being physically together. Pero, kasi if you realize, diba, yung growth, yung evolution ni Alexis, it happened then because of
Schitt's Creek. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi nga, diba, hindi naman, especially sa mga ginawa ni Alexis, para lang kay Ted, diba? Ano mo yun? Yung parang talaga panoorin niyo yung season, para malaman nyo. Pero,
para ma-appreciate
nyo. I remember pala, one of the best moments then na it became viral. Oo. Yung si Stevie, remember si Stevie, nung kino-confront niya si David sa liquor store. Kasi meron siyang moment of confusion kasi yun nga, for the longest time, alam naman ni Stevie na badet si David, pero they had a moment nung gabi na parang, may sexual tension. So si Stevie, di parang na-confuse siya. So she confronted David the following day sa wine store. Pero how they wrote that scene, it's very clever. Yung parang yun nga.
Okay, cool. But I only drink red wine.
Okay.
And up until last night, I was under the impression that you too only drank red wine. But I guess I was wrong.
I see where you're going with this. I do drink red wine, but I also drink white wine. And I've been known to sample the occasional rosé. And a couple summers back, I tried a Merlot that used to be a Chardonnay, which got a bit complicated.
Okay, yeah, so you're just really open to all wines.
I like the wine and not the label. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I think that's also one thing that I really appreciate about Schitt's Creek. Yung when they talk about like certain themes like teas, like yon, right? It's not preachy, right? It's not. It's just subtle. And again, may casualness, yung may comfort ability. Kaya Kaya nga a lot of people actually are in love with it kasi yun, they find it as a safe space when they watch it. Parang there's really no uncomfortableness, parang confronting a social issue. I think another side character that I fell in love with, I mean, apart from the main cast, would be Stevie. I'm glad that you mentioned her. Kasi ang bongga din ng arc niya eh. Right?
Yes. Yung walang pakialam, yung walang pakialam sa mundo.
Correct.
Someone really
right?
caring.
Sobrang,
diba?
Correct. Introvert, tapos sarcastic, diba? And then, for the most part, parang loner lang talaga siya, di ba? Pero at the end, yun nga, part of the family na siya. She got really invested dun sa mga roses. And then, yun nga, circling back to kung anong gusto niyang gawin sa buhay, di ba parang she's always presented as this somebody na gustong makaalis doon, makaalis na sa motel, makaalis sa Schitt's Creek, pero eventually, yun, she just found what she loves to do when by just staying there. Alam mo yun, you don't really have to go anywhere para lang to experience life, kumbaga.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Actually, like I said, you mentioned a side character, every single one sa sub-character nila. Well, it spanned 6 seasons, so I don't see why cannot they kung paano hindi nila ma-hash out lahat ng arcs ng even the side characters like si Twyla sa owning her own cafe na from the
nakakaloka kay Twyla. I know they just dropped it sa episode na milyonarya pa lang si ate.
Diba? May pera pa lang siya.
Nakakaloka si bakla. Pero
happy lang siya sa pagiging simple time, diba? Parang gano'n.
So napaisip nga rin ako, ganun din ba ako? Pag ikaw bate, alam ko na tumataya ka ng loto dyan eh. So, ganun din ba yung gagawin mo?
Ako may level na kasi nga, di ba sabi ko nga, na-mention mo na tumataya ako ng loto. At the back of my head, ayoko manalo ng super malaking premyo. Gusto ko lang yung tamang amount ng money to earn, to have a nice life that I can enjoy. Parang may ganun level ako. Kasi ayoko naman maging super rich. Pero unlike Twyla, I don't think na magstay ako isang simple. Siguro I would travel more. Parang maging ganun levels. Kung may pera ako Parang just enough to have a normal life of traveling. Kumbaga sa akin, gano'n ang gusto ko. Pero yung kasi yung kay Twyla talaga, kinalimutan yung pera niya. Talaga nag-cafeteria owner lang talaga siya, di ba? Nakakaloka.
I think she'll follow naman yung advice si Alexis.
Oo naman.
Ay, magta-travel naman siya. Pero yun nga, di ba? Walang yan si ate, di ba? Talagang nagbabas pa siya ng table. Tapos hindi pa sa kanya yung di ba? Parang adalatan na lang niya binili
yung restaurant, di ba?
So, correct. And I just found it funny. Talagang iiwan pa niya yung tropical na
yung napangalan. Iniwan pa niya.
Twyla's Cafe Tropical Bar.
So any other na why you love Schitt's Creek?
Definitely si Moira Rose.
Oo naman, parang uncontested na yan, na parang feeling, siguro maraming bakla kasi nakarelate sa lokal-lokahan niya, at saka artihan niya, at saka sa mga wigs niya, at sa mga outfits niya, di ba?
Correct. Actually, yun nga, di ba running gag, yung mga wigs niya may mga pangalan. At may mga personalities. Right? Parang hindi pwede si wig na magkatabi dito kay isa.
Sa totoo lang. At saka, di ba, even if, because you've seen the special, di ba, na pinaward ko sa iyo, even mga fashion editors are commending sa klase ng outfits na ginagamit sa buong season actually, because especially Moira and Alexis, kasi these are signature clothes. Parang talagang pinag-ipan din. Well, kasi nga naman yung status nila, mayaman talaga sila. Pero,
correct.
Pero the black and white, it's a classic black and white piece naman usually, di ba? They never go for something colorful, especially for Moira.
Yeah, it's a parang yun nga, parang modern gay icons. Parang sleeper, di ba? Yun nga, slowly gained popularity. So I wasn't really expecting na maging gay icon siya. But now everybody loves Moira. Everybody's like following or king yung mga Moira-isms niya, yung mga baby.
At saka yung sa wild niya, yung Hankelberger. Hankelberger? Fuck it!
Correct. Tsaka yung ang dami ko natutunang words.
Kasi yung mga out of
yung vocabulary ni ate, di ba? Parang walking tesoro si ate. Okay, so I know na yung favorite mo, of course, yung finale outfit niya. Pero anything else memorable dun sa wardrobe ni Moira?
Ako usually yung mga, kasi dami naman, puro black and white naman usually ang ensemble niya, di ba? So parang, feeling ko nga, pag nagka-Halloween, magkakaroon ako ng black and white outfit with a crazy wig. Kasi ko Moira Kelly.
Matic Moira Rose.
Ikaw, alin sa'yo?
Yung yung may headpiece siya na may dalawang crow sa ulo.
Sa ulo. Isa. Oo nga pala. So, kailangan may crows din para signature Moira. Happy lang. I mean, we encourage you to watch this clip because it's not just about this family, pero ang dami talagang moments. Even like, girl, may cabaret musical sa series na ito.
Oh my God.
At ang happy ng production na.
In fairness, actually, ang unang tanong ko doon, medyo a bit of a plot hole to. Asan yung mga characters na to? Yung mga dancers, yung mga alam mo, sila na buong buong previous seasons, diba? Saan lumabas ang mga to? Ba't biglang professional agad yung dating? Pero yung pagkanta ni Sally do, I mean yung ni Stevie as Sally. Yung moment niyang yun. Like,
even Noah Reid, di ba?
Yung sa first part.
First part, ang happy ng cabaret na session. Parang icing on the cake yun. Pero let's talk about the wedding na.
Wedding na. Excited.
Oo. Kasi talaga, I mean, it's a perfect ending to a season. I mean, ang daming tao nag-question. Ang daming tao nag-question ng why are they ending it. Pero ang sabi nga ni Dan Levy, they just want to end it with a bang. Parang they want to end it on when they're in a high. Kasi ang dami nga namang series na before na parang, they continue doing it while it's still good, pero the material, the quality is going down na. Parang much better na they end it. And it felt right naman.
Actually, I would totally agree. Right? Diba?
Marami namang TV shows na gano'n talaga. Even, I mean, ang dami rin TV shows na yung first season lang ang maganda. Parang they kept doing it. Tsaka. Pero yeah, so they ended, of course, at the wedding na ni David
Patrick
with Moira officiating. na pinaka-bonggang costume ever. Yun talaga ang plano ko for a Halloween costume one of the years. Nung was yun. Kaso nga lang pandemya. Nakakaloka.
Pope, Bishop, diba?
Pero here
tapos
yung
yung wig yung sa
ang happy, ang bongga. Pero grabe girl, karayola ako sa vows nila. Di ba? Parang winner.
Actually, di ba? Even at the last moment, the town working together para mabuo.
Kasi nga umuulan. They were supposed to be doing
it. Outdoors. Tapos ginawa nila sa, ano ba yun? Para munisipyo nila, di ba?
Yung town hall nila, actually.
Right. Yun. So,
tawang-tawa ako doon lumabas yung away ng magkapatid na kasi nga naka-white gown siya. Like, until the very end, balak pang upstage ni Alexis without her knowing it, diba? Parang may ganang level eh.
Kaya pala, siya yung naghatid. Kasi nung una, parang, bakit hindi si Moira at si Johnny maghahatid kay David? Sabi ko na, okay, kaya pala. Si ate mo pala mag-administer ng ceremony. Okay. Yeah, and of course, syempre yung vows. Especially yung last bit na yung sinabi ni David na happy ending niya. Si Patrick, just after yung happy ending niya nung nagpabasahe siya. Parang like, fuck, really, di ba? Parang asa ng
I want a Patrick. I want to get
gusto ko ng ganyan. Di ba? I know, parang it is a fairy tale na. Parang at this point, di ba? Parang sobrang fairy tale, sobrang idealistic na. Pero it's a really nice escape for for anyone. For me, it's been a very good escape. So I'm pretty sure, alam mo yun, if you ever come across it, you will get that same reaction.
Exactly. So we highly recommend Schitt's Creek, 6 seasons. I don't know how many episodes in total, pero yeah, do watch it. Yes, the first 2 seasons might be slow. It picks up on 3, on all the way bongga-bongga na.
Pero tuloy-tuloy na yun.
Oo, promise.
Be prepared.
You won't regret it. It's one of our faves, sobra. And I'm so happy, Marina, na finally napanood mo na siya.
Yes, and thank you. Oo, kasi nung una, I think narinig ko na siya from you Pero syempre, wala tayong access. So, dead ma. Pero, I'm really glad you introduced this to me and I got to watch it.
So that's another Talakan episode from us. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our channel.
Yes, and please follow us on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Hanggang sa muling Talakan natin, my name is Tilapia Words Back.
And I'm Shamsi Sapsap.
Bye!
Bye!